Throughout time, there have been men that have done many great things. But until now, only few have created successful podcasts. This one, however, will not only be successful, but will be the greatest of all time. Welcome to the Chrimcast.
Hello.
Kind of.
We are
Hello.
live. Welcome to episode 3 of the Chrimcast. Today I have with me my co-host, the legendary Harry, Hollywood Harry.
Hello.
In his own apartment. Yeah.
I just got an apartment. Yes. I'm sitting in my room right now.
And also with me is the two guests, Jack and Aiden.
Howdy.
Howdy. Both went
It
with
said
the
I
howdy
might
there.
be AFK for a little bit. At some point, I just got word from the higher ups where I am right now. I'm probably gonna be busy for a little bit, but I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay. That's
Shouldn't take too long though. I'll still be listening to it.
Okay. So we're here, and today, let's start off with a topic that we're all very comfortable with, and then evolve it into something that will make all of
Sexuality?
you uncomfortable.
That's
No,
impossible.
not sexuality. It's music. Music is the topic.
Okay.
It's music.
Not what I wanted to talk about, but okay. Let's
Me
do it.
and
We'll get there eventually.
yeah, well, me and Aiden are actually in a band together called Peter and the Dudes. We have no music out
Actually,
yet.
you're wrong.
Do you
out
know
yet.
anybody named Peter?
Well, we have pseudonyms.
Yes, we have pseudonyms. I don't remember. It's like Cobalt, which is
Yours is Chrimby, Oswald, Barr, Adelaide, Laertes, Terramore.
Chrimby, Oswald, Barr, Laertes, Terramore, Adelaide,
Adelaide,
Laertes.
Laertes, Terramore.
Yes, that's the one. And then
Who the hell is Peter?
all right, we're gonna have to cut the music. Let's
All right,
let's keep this
that's fine.
let's keep
Sorry.
this to talking. No, it's all good.
I was just trying to play Ruka Baluka Makana Yamaka.
Sometimes the music takes control. And then
My
I
apologies.
know that Harry definitely has a music, you know what I'm saying?
No
Yes,
boy. Yeah.
I actually I'm not gonna play it right now, but I could I'll post the link in the Discord server at some point after the show.
Let me get
Which
us to the
song I
JOI
just
song.
released.
Yes, the
Oh,
legendary
Christ.
JOI
Magnum opus.
song. Let's
Probably the best song I've ever
I mean,
released.
let's can we get an acapella version of it right now for a little bit, just a little bit of it?
Christ. Oh
I don't-
no.
Just a little bit for me, all right?
I'm Jack.
Just a little
give me
acapella.
JOI. Jack, give me JOI.
I'm not giving you JOI.
Jack, give me JOI.
I'm
But also Santa was there, so that's the first verse.
So, Jack and Santa
Jack
gave me JOI.
Give me- Yes. And then repeat that another 2 times, and then you add in the Michelin Tire Man.
Yes.
Do the same thing over again, and
Tire
then it just adds in a bunch of
Forgot about
names
that.
until the final verse, where you add in Tim Allen from such movies
that's
as
the hunk
Jungle to
Tim
Jungle,
Allen to
Christmas
you,
with the Cranks.
buddy.
And I'm okay, Jack.
So we're gonna say we all have our own musical genius moments, but what I'm gonna ask each of you individually. So when you're playing music and creating music, what artists inspire you the most? So I'm gonna go to you first, Jack.
Oh hell yeah. Definitely people like Dave Grohl and James Hetfield. They were huge influences on my childhood, and I still enjoy their music to this day. Especially considering the fact that, considering where I believe most of us are, Dave's actually like from around here. He's from maybe about like
Oh, really?
2-3 hours away from where I am, at least.
Yeah, he's nearer to where we are actually.
Yeah.
What was I gonna
he's
say?
about like an hour outside of DC.
Yeah. What about
Oh,
what
that
about,
is not far.
what about
I'll be
what,
back in just a minute, guys.
Okay. What about you, Aiden? What musicians inspire you the most?
Mostly dead guys, if I'm to be honest.
Yeah,
But
true.
of the living ones, Martin Barr and Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull are
Mhm.
up there.
Good ones.
Yay! Finally.
Yeah, he yeah, Harry was one of the few people that, other than you, that knew about Tull.
Sick. But
Because
as,
he
as a flautist who likes rock and roll, Tull is one of
Not
the.
widely known.
Because he brought it up without me saying anything about it. I was like, wait, you know them? That's like one of the people that, yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn you up here, Harry, because I turned you down earlier, but now you're quieter.
Yeah, turn me up.
All right. What was I gonna say? So, musicians that inspire me. See, I don't. I play a lot of different types of music, I guess you could say, and I've been in 2 metal bands so far, and I realized, like, while I was doing that, I love metal. It's like probably my favorite genre of music. But
Same here.
when I want to play something, you know, I want to play something like more like Hum and Quicksand and like post-punky, you know, not as heavy, but like definitely like still near to it, I guess. More punk stuff. That's what I would make and play. And then more like, you know, weird like wall of sound shit, you know. That's
sound shit. It's fucking.
Yeah,
fun.
that's the kind
you
of
ever
stuff.
listen to Devin Townsend?
Who?
Devin Townsend.
Devin Townsend.
He does like it's like prog metal type of stuff. But
You've told me you've told me about him before. Have you heard of Caspian?
I have, but I've actually never listened to them. So
Caspian is
Send me a couple
a
links to their stuff.
I will after the stream. But I have a story about Caspian actually. So
Okay.
we did a post-punk show in one of the for this thing called School of Rock I do. We may be doing a stream about that sometime if I can wrangle up all those characters. But
Best of luck to you.
we were doing a post-punk show, and one of the songs was a Caspian song, and the problem is the 3 vocalists that were on the song were not on the same page, and for a song like that you need to know when to come in and when to stop and like what to say. Me, the guitarist, the other guitarist, and the drummer, and there was 3 guitars on that song actually, so all of us, like all the instrumentation knew what we were doing, and we were pretty okay on it, right? But the vocalists didn't know what was happening. And that wasn't their fault. It's because one of them was pretty shy. The other one did not practice, obviously. And we had only ran the song 2 times, and we hadn't even run it all the way through. We'd only gotten halfway through the song every time. Yeah. And then it was the show date. So we were playing it. I knew where I was. I looked over at Connor. That's one of the guitarists, the other guitarist. And he knew where he was. We all were doing good. Then the singing was supposed to come in. They didn't come in. Me and the drummer looked at each other, and we stopped the song. We just cut it because it would have been better than scratching it up. And, dude, see, the front desk dude, like, and also one of the... I don't know if he's the sound guy. I think we had somebody else for that show, but, I mean, one of the front desk people, his name's Matt. He's really cool, like, a really good dude. And he loves Caspian, and... we botched it really hard, and he was kind of pissed. I mean, he wasn't pissed, but like, you know what I mean. It was like,
yeah, I got it.
He wouldn't let it go, and that was fine because we messed it up pretty bad. That was not a good time.
Yeah, that reminds me of one time where, at my high school they would have like open mic night things called they would call like coffee houses, and in my junior year. I decided to sign up for one of them, and I signed up with my friend who's a guitarist.
Yeah.
And up until that point, I actually just found out. I just found out like a day before that, the day before we signed up, that he plays guitar. So I didn't realize if he was good or not. So we signed up, And we decided, you know what? Let's do a bass guitar battle. We'll get like a drummer to join us too, so, like keep the time and stuff.
Oh no.
I thought it would be okay. So we get up there. Drummer starts playing a beat.
Yeah.
I go first. I do a couple slap bass riffs. Then the
Sick.
guitarist starts playing. He starts. Keep in mind, he didn't even improvise anything. So the drummer was going pretty fast. And then the guitarist, he starts randomly playing the riff to Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas.
Just
at a completely different speed.
That's not.
Oh no.
And
the drummer. Yeah.
But the drummer, he looked at me when the guitarist started doing that, and he shouted at me like over the drums and guitar and shit. He's like, "Why am I even here?" And he just got up and walked off stage. And I just followed him and left the guitarist up there alone because he was embarrassing. But
yeah, me and one of my friends were gonna do a something for the talent show. I learned a song. We were all set, but the thing is, we couldn't find a drummer. And at the time, the drummer. So I had a band with like 3 of the dudes, and Jacob, who was on the last podcast, he was our drummer and one of our vocalists. And see, the problem with that is that at the time of the talent show, we hadn't like gotten with him and like set it up, so it was just gonna be 2 guitars, which wasn't gonna be good. And we ended up just not doing it. But I still know the song, which is cool. It's we were gonna do we're gonna do 33 by The Ghost Inside. That song is really fucking good. Yeah, it is. And
it's a good song.
At the time, I definitely didn't have the vocal talent to pull it off. I don't think I do now. At least I could definitely try it and probably.
I don't have vocal talent at all.
Hey, you're not bad.
Pretty terrible. But
yeah.
Thank you, though.
You have the perfect voice for a song like Jack Gimme JOI.
I do.
Like, I have to say...
I feel useful.
Yeah, but I have to say, like, what was I gonna say? I find that improving solos and shit like that, I don't know why people have a hard time with that, because you literally just pick a key. You just pick a key, and then you can just do arpeggios in it.
You just choose notes. You pick a key, you choose notes from the key, and you play the notes.
Yeah, and I mean... Yeah.
I can understand why people... Wait, what was that?
I was gonna say, because improvisation is so fun, sometimes it's good to practice improvising and then modulating to a different key.
Mm-hmm.
I do that every now and then when I practice.
Which is it's
a fun exercise.
I've been doing a lot of... See, I've been trying to get into like more post-punky shit. So like I've been doing a lot of like, arpeggiated solos and shit like that. I've been staying out of that. I've been trying to go like more chromatically on stuff.
Right.
To like sound more technical. I don't know if that's working out for me or not. But like what the fuck was I gonna say? I've been doing a lot of like broken chords, like textural shit,
Broken chords are cool.
And like
I'm afraid I don't know what that is.
Oh, broken chords is just you pick a chord and then you play each note of the chord individually.
Yeah.
But
that's an arpeggio.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. But
I know things in terms of flute.
Yes. Me and Harry are both guitarists. And Jack is
I guess like if anybody's watching who wants to get better at like improvising on an instrument, all I'd recommend is learn your scales, learn a couple different modes and stuff, and just
buy a metronome
over those. Yeah, metronome definitely. Always practice with a metronome.
I mean, that's a good way. I don't practice with a metronome anymore because like after doing it for 4 years, I can hear the clicking in my head.
Oh, so could I. I don't need one anymore. But like when I first started, I definitely did.
Yeah,
that actually reminds me of that actually reminds me of a story.
I just got a quick one right now. My second guitar teacher was this dude, and he is amazing. Probably one of the best guitarists one of the best guitarists I know. His name's Brian Carmone. He has a few albums out. He plays like more bluesy stuff, and he was trying to teach me blues guitar, and I was fine with that. He bought me a guitar too. It was like that
cool.
That black acoustic I have. He got that for me, and we were playing, and he would always take the metronome out, and it was just a 2-hour practice of just constant scales and chords to the metronome, and I was just like, I'm not, and then I went to school of, I'm not saying if I hadn't done that, I would not be as good as I am now. But like,
No, yeah, that's just important.
when I went to School of Rock, my first guitar teacher was like, all right, what song do you want to learn? And I was like, what do you mean? I thought we were going to do like scales and warm-ups and shit. He's like, no. So we just went straight into learning songs. And because I had that base in the basics, I was able to pick up on songs way quicker because I already knew what I was doing,
Right.
you know? And that's, yeah.
I had a bass teacher when I first started learning bass. This was back in maybe the beginning of 2015. Because, well, I started playing bass in the middle of 2014 and pretty much taught myself. And then actually in December of 2014, or no, January of 2015 about, I started going to this music school in Walden, which is it's like a town about 30 minutes away from my hometown in New York.
Yeah.
Started going there and got this bass teacher named Matt. Really awesome dude. I'm still in contact with him, actually. But when I first started seeing him, he was like, okay, show me how you play so I can see where you're at. So I played him some stuff. He was like, dude, you're actually pretty good. You got to fix a few things, fix a bunch of bad habits. And then he was like, so what kind of songs do you want to play? Like 20 minutes into the fucking lesson. And then he started like teaching me. He like simultaneously taught me like a song. The first song he ever taught me actually was Anesthesia by Metallica. So like simultaneously while teaching me that, he was also teaching me all of the music theory and stuff.
Yes, that's what my current guitar teacher Casey does. Casey is probably the coolest person on earth. Like literally, no one is cooler than
Matt
Casey.
was awesome. He's like, I feel
no,
like Matt would
but
be
you don't
cooler.
understand. Friggin' he comes in and he'll like start. He's like super nice and modest. Like he's like, I'm not that good, and then he'll just shred a solo for like 5 minutes, like it was nothing. And then in between
kind of what Matt was like.
in between lessons, he goes out to the parking lot, like at Short Pump, and fucking skateboards. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the coolest. All right. But Aiden, I have a question for you because I know you were in band, and I know you were in band, and I know you have stories. I know you do.
I have many stories.
I would like you to choose one that you think would be the best for this situation right now.
What type of story are you looking for? I got stories of all kinds. I got happy stories, sad stories.
Let's try comedic
angry
first.
Stories. Comedic stories. Oh
yes.
Boy. So, our band director is a character. He still is a character. I'm just not his student anymore. I've graduated.
Yeah.
But he was a character. He tried to, participate with students and be one of them, the cool kids.
Yeah.
He tried hard. He failed. But one of the things he did to try to be funny in the middle of class, when praising a fellow flautist, because flautists are in the front row, and he's teaching and stuff. But he was trying to praise another flautist, and he ended up getting down on one knee and saying, "Will you marry me, Nathaniel?"
God!
In the middle of class, and okay then, that's funky. But
funky.
I thought that was kind of funny. Another funny thing is when he attempted to play flute. It's pretty funny.
Was he not able to?
No, he can hardly get a sound out of it.
Yeah, I remember that picture that you made. I don't know. I think some people, I mean, most people know that picture, the first picture of me and John on meme day. And
yeah.
I kept on trying to play that thing. Like, not your piccolo, the other one, the wooden one.
Flute.
Yeah, that's the one. And you kept on
backwards.
telling me like it was backwards, and B, you kept on telling me like cup your lips or whatever, like purse them or something like that, and I just didn't understand. But that's because I'm horrible when it comes to instruments that I play with my mouth other than singing, because the instrument is my mouth.
Do you guys want to hear a fun fact about my first deep dive into music?
What?
Sure.
So, I believe it's common knowledge to you guys that I started out playing bass.
Yeah, you
in
told us.
2014.
I gathered.
I actually started out playing
this is the first time that Aiden has met you.
5 months in 5th grade.
Yes, a tromboner.
I started out with trombone in 5th grade. Didn't like it, so I quit music for 3 years,
That's
and then
sad.
started playing bass in 8th grade again. So
Yeah, I've ever
Happy ending.
since I was a little kid, like 4 years. I mean, not like now, obviously, but when I was 4 years old, we had a piano in our music room. We still do.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn how to play the piano for the longest time, and I was like, I want to get a piano teacher. I want to do all this. And then when I was 7, I decided to switch to guitar because we found a place where I could learn, but they didn't have
Yeah.
piano, but they had guitar, and I was like, well, I guess I'll learn guitar, and it was the best decision I've ever made. Like, I could not, I learned songs on keys, but like actually
Yeah.
playing piano is very different from like learning a Rush song on keys. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, it's hard.
That is very different.
Like I play. I mean, I don't like to say I actually play piano because I really don't. I just use it more as like a songwriting tool, I guess.
Yeah, I know how to
Yeah.
play 2 songs on the keyboard, and it's the
The only
opening
songs I know how to
opening
play on
notes.
piano are my own. So
The opening notes to Megalovania and fucking what's the song? No, not Closer to the Heart. What the fuck is it?
Hum it, I'll know it.
Oh shit, I don't even remember what it fucking sounds like. That's the worst part. Oh wait, it's like bam 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 bam. Yeah, fuck. It's like
You thinking of Subdivisions?
No, not Subdivisions. It's
Or-
it's one of their super popular ones. Like it starts with an F or something, I think.
what band?
Rush.
Starts with an F.
It's either an F or a B. Like not the note, the name of the song starts with an F or a B.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Free Will.
Free Will.
Yes.
Free Will.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the one.
Free
I
Will.
really need to listen to more
The
Rush.
atheist anthem.
Yeah. Speaking of
Love that
which,
song.
nah, let's not get into religion. I think that would take too long.
Yeah.
And also, Jack isn't here.
Yeah.
Now, he said
Don't
that-
worry, I can be your atheist. I am an atheist.
Yeah. I just said, it was purely joking. But, like, your base, before you decided for yourself, you were a Jew.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
I
I
am.
thought you were talking to me for a second.
Well, you're of
Oh.
Jewish descent.
I am a quarter Jewish, yes.
Yes.
I am 100% Jewish.
Yes, Harry
Oh,
is
nice.
Harry is Jewish.
That means you have more
Although I
power
don't
than
like-
I.
Actively practice it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't say I'm a Christian anymore, obviously. I mean, like, what I practice or, like, follow, if I'm going to talk about religious stuff, I try to practice, like, paths of Buddhism and shit like that. I suck at it. I'm, like, a horrible
I
Buddhist.
actually got like a bunch of like Buddha statues.
I
in
would
my,
be a horrible
Yeah,
Buddhist.
because getting rid
I'm
of...
too sentimental.
I think, like, the worldly possessions thing where it's like, let go of this, let go of that, it's like, that's not what I follow, because the great part about Buddhism is that it's a suggestion. It's not like a strict law like other religions are. Buddhism's like,
Yeah.
this is what this dude did to find enlightenment, but, like, you don't have to do it like him. Like, hey, you can find it in your own way, and, whoever is the next guy to
Honestly-
find it. And I try to follow the paths, like, be nice to people, treat
Yeah.
other people with respect, basic shit, because that's all you really
Buddhism
need.
is more of like a philosophy,
Yeah, definitely.
The
I
golden
wouldn't-
rule
because
of
Buddha is not
do
a
unto
god.
others as you wish to be done unto you is worldwide,
Yeah, it's
which
definitely.
I think is great.
And I would say, fucking, like, again, like, Buddha literally, like, was like, I do not want to be worshipped as a god, and then people ended up making a religion out of it. But, like, people
Hey, just
who,
like Christianity.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely have a
religion and everything.
I have a lot of problems. I definitely believe that a god exists, just because stuff's a little too perfect to be by coincidence. But I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the idea of, like, a Christian god, like, oh, he watches over us at all times and he loves us. I don't think that's true.
If there's a
No
god,
way.
they're a jerk.
Exactly.
If like the Christian God is real,
Then,
probably
like,
dead.
he's either dead or an asshole.
If
Yeah,
everything
like,
if everything in the Bible were true or in the Torah were true, I should be a lot more powerful than I am.
Yeah. If I went back in time and I was there when the Bible was written and I read the original and it said the exact same thing as the one it did today, I would believe in I would be a Christian again. But it doesn't.
Wait.
It won't. It definitely
What did I
won't.
miss?
Oh, there's no
we're
way.
talking about religion.
Revisionist. Very revisionist.
Yeah, like the fact that like, you know, people weren't even able to read the Bible unless you were a priest, and even they couldn't read it in the 1500s. Like, there's no fucking way that shit.
Wait, are we talking about like the
crazy too about
pre-Lutheran
that?
era and shit? I just sorry, I was
No,
gone for a
we're
little
just talking about like
Welcome back.
our personal religious beliefs. Like I'm not an atheist because I believe that there is some sort of power, not like
so do I.
one that affects things as much as people think it is, you know? Like
You're an
I think-
a-religious agnostic?
I
Not
guess so.
agnostic. A-religious theist.
I'm an
That's the word.
a-religious theist with Buddhist values.
I used to be a Baptist Christian, but now I am an atheist. As of like,
Oh yeah,
I
I've
graduated
been
high school now. In 6th grade, I became an atheist.
Yeah, I mean, because like I think that saying that all of this happened by coincidence is a little it's a little too nihilistic for my taste, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I do believe like something showed up, made shit go, and then left. You know what I mean? And I believe that there may be like some other power in the universe, like karma or some shit like that. You know? Because that
Dharma,
makes
karma, some things.
that makes sense to me. You know, the idea of some bearded man in the sky being like, those children in Africa, fuck you. Oh, you want a new Prius? Here you go. You know, shit like that. It's like stupid.
That is dumb.
Also, because like I
used to think like how my father did. He's a-religious, but he would say that, you know, he thinks that there is something out there. He's just not meant to understand it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Like
I
if
feel like
something
what
if,
my
some,
dad-
like
if
an
something
actual-
that powerful exists, then we would not be able to comprehend what it actually is.
Exactly. Like that's exactly how I feel. Like we wouldn't
I
even
also
be able
think that-
to.
Sorry.
Like I feel like if like we were to come into contact with some like godly being, our head would just fucking explode because we can't comprehend that shit.
I think that
Lovecraftian
if
kind
there
of
is a
shit.
god, it wouldn't have a gender, because that just
Yeah.
seems silly.
Definitely.
It would just
Well,
be
that's
something.
definitely a product of the time that the book was written or whatever. And then even
Yeah.
even if it was written and the god was agendered, somebody would have added it at the time. Obviously they did
Yeah.
because, you know, and also like the religious iconography of Jesus, all of them are white dudes. It's like Jesus
Yeah.
was
Even
not a white
though-
man. He was a
look-
Middle Eastern Jew.
Yeah, I know.
He was
My
born in-
family is
Yeah, exactly.
Middle
He
Eastern.
was born in Israel
Jew.
or something, right?
Yeah,
He was
He was
born,
born
in Israel,
in
in
south of Jerusalem,
he's gonna
because
be,
that's his...
Gonna be Middle Eastern looking. Not
See,
white.
that's why like it's
He
been
looked like
so
me.
changed because I don't appreciate when, you know, religious people go after atheists for being atheists. I don't appreciate when atheists go after religious people for being religious because everybody's allowed to believe what they want to. And
Exactly.
religion can help people in ways that certain other things can't. Because, you know, it's
That's exactly correct.
the idea of a god is very comforting, but it's not something that I want to subscribe to because it's more I want to find out for myself. I don't want someone to tell me what it is, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
think
People-
Go ahead.
Sorry. People believe whatever they want to believe as long as they don't try to force other people to believe it too. We're all good.
Exactly.
Or
That's
they,
why
Exactly.
you know, use violence as a means to convince.
yeah. But,
Unfortunately,
like,
religion's
that's
actually
why
cause for most wars.
Crusades.
that's why I appreciate Lovecraftian writing and shit like that because gods are not something to be loved. They're something to be feared in that because that is true. Like, if something like that exists, we shouldn't be... I mean, we can worship it all we want, but we wouldn't be worshiping it out of love like everybody says. We would be worshiping it because it
we'd be doing it out of
can
fear.
make us
They can
disappear
run our
without a
shit.
second thought. Yeah.
That may have something to do with the fact that H.P. Lovecraft was an agoraphobic racist, but you know...
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
was.
But, you know, you can appreciate a man's
you
work
ever
without
read that,
appreciating the man.
Have you ever read that one Lovecraft story, The Dunwich Horror, where the monster in that is literally just a deformed black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lovecraft was fucked up.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that? If you've ever seen Aquaman, in the beginning they hint at the fish people by putting a copy of the Dunwich Horror on.
Oh yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the Dunwich Horror isn't the fish person story. That's
No, it's not. The fish
No,
person
that's,
one is
What's it called? Innsmouth.
Innsmouth. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
town of Innsmouth. Like, I was
There
like,
was another
come
one
on,
with
if
the
you're gonna
fish people too, I
reference
think.
Lovecraft, at least make it like the correct reference. I don't know. Aquaman
well,
was
there
okay.
There was another Lovecraft story too. Like, there's a guy who got stranded at sea or something. The fish people showed up there too, right?
Yeah, there's a whole like universe and lore around that stuff that it's very interesting to me. Only because like I appreciate. I mean, obviously, look at my freaking Discord name, Elder Grad Chrimbazathot.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
base
well,
it off
well,
of
Inflatable
it's
dragon
cool.
that we put out for Halloween and Christmas is named Azathoth.
exactly because you know that's something that if I was to follow a religion, I wouldn't want to follow that one because like. Being in that, I mean, I know it's not a fucking cult because like cults don't normally happen nowadays. Most of the time,
Cults happen. Cults happen.
They still.
Yeah.
but
I
they're
mean,
not.
There was
They're not
actually
as.
like
I mean,
there was actually an Asian cult in my neighborhood in New York,
it's not that.
or not in
it's-
my
it's
neighborhood,
not
but in
as,
the area,
like,
in my town.
you don't have people. You know, I mean, you probably still do, but like you know, well-known cult leaders like Charles Manson and all those dudes, they're not as prominent. You know.
Oh, can I say something a little bit off topic?
Okay.
Sure.
Speaking of Charles Manson, you just reminded me.
Hmm.
The area I'm living in, I live
Mhm.
about 25 minutes from a Spawn Ranch.
Where the murders
Or
happened,
from-
or where he lived.
No, from like where he lived.
Damn.
Like obviously,
Oh,
like the
spooky.
buildings there, like they're not standing anymore, but the whole area is still
This-
there. The caves where they hid out under there.
I was gonna
So I
ask,
live,
does
like,
anyone
25
live in that
minutes.
house now?
Oh no, the house is torn down, but
Yeah, they probably got rid of all that shit just because.
yeah, like I saw a video of some guy exploring the area. The only
the
thing left there
buildings-
is like some old fence posts and like concrete and stuff.
The buildings from the Jonestown massacre are still there, aren't they?
Well,
Some of them.
They,
Some
they,
of
they've
them.
been
I think
they've
they're
been damaged
in-
like
in the
fire
middle of-
damage.
The forest.
They're in the middle of the forest, and a lot of them have been burned down and graffitied. Obviously.
Yeah, like the only thing there is
Rainforest
like
fires
a
will do that to
couple
you.
old trucks and stuff,
hmm
and some foundations and fences and signs, but that's about it.
I think the Children of God cult's still around.
It might be.
I mean, there's a few. I mean, Christian cults are like the biggest thing in the world right now because
Those
you know,
things
Yeah.
are wacky.
the most popular religion is one. Sorry.
There is actually one cult that was in my hometown in New York. It was all Asian people. But my first encounter, well, I
They've
first heard about
rebranded.
them through a friend of mine, my old band singer.
hmm
She said, "Oh yeah, there's like some kind of like extremist Buddhist temple right by my house where like, all the people are crazy."
Oh.
And then
Oh my
a
god.
couple weeks later, I there's this abandoned asylum by my house, Chrimby. I've told you about this.
Yeah,
place.
you told me a few stories.
So my buddy Gavin and I, we gotta get Gavin on here to guest sometime. There's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff to say,
really.
Yeah.
But Gavin and I, we decided to go explore one day. You know, wasn't the first time we went there, and we went during broad daylight. And we decided, you know what? Let's not go inside today. Let's just explore the perimeter of the building,
hmm
because it's pretty much a park now. Everybody goes there. But when we went there, it was right at the beginning of winter. Really cold. A little bit of snow on the ground. Nobody was there, just him and I. As we get closer to the building as we get closer to like the children's ward, it had like its own building where all the children lived. The place was open. We heard like a humming, like people humming. So we walk around the corner, and sitting in the entrance to the abandoned fucking children's ward, like I'm talking like dilapidated to shit, like you know, like asbestos, like all over the floor,
hmm
broken glass everywhere. There's this van sitting outside, and inside the building, there's these two Asian people sitting there cross-legged, meditating and humming in an abandoned asylum. Now,
I mean,
I would
that's not a
understand,
bad
you know.
place to go. Just
No,
for
it's not.
the
You know, it's very
silence.
peaceful.
They vibing.
It's very peaceful, but like you know, it kind of creeped me out because like the truck they had like a truck there that was parked,
hmm
and I forgot what it said on it, but it said the name of the cult. I'll have to look into it. but it was like some members of it. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's definitely that's a weird sight.
Yeah,
Because
like Gavin and I, like we noped the fuck out of there and just went home. But
yeah, I feel like if you see anything like that in and around an asylum, it would definitely be a scary sight to see.
yeah,
I mean,
now, like,
obviously, shit like that, there's probably like a good reason.
Yeah, like it would have been a lot creepier if it was at night, but it was just really creepy. Like even though it was during the day, it was kind of cloudy. It was really quiet, like no birds or bugs or anything.
Yeah,
Like just those two guys humming.
it's
That's it.
definitely a strange. I mean,
Yeah,
I
my
don't
town
have
was
any I don't have
strange.
any strange stories like that. I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've seen some weird homeless stuff, people, but like I've never seen like every place that I've gone to when it comes to paranormal investigating and shit like that. It's always been like pretty cleaned out. Like people already checked everything. Like I've never gone to an abandoned place that isn't used constantly for investigations.
Well, the abandoned asylum that I would check out with Gavin, there was still a lot of stuff in there. There was no like patient files or anything because it closed in 2006, so legally,
Oh, okay.
like the government had to come and take all the files out.
Mm-hmm.
But there was still like a lot of stuff left in there, like old tools and stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually one building there. It's like a power plant that powered the whole place. Back in like the early to mid 1900s, it was like a coal factory, like coal plant. There's like a giant like smokestack and stuff. But in that, I've actually been in that specific building a few times. Pitch black in there, no light because it's all underground. But Gavin and I were walking around in there, and we see something reflecting our flashlights. We get freaked out for a second because we thought we saw something move. We walk up closer. It's a fucking excavator, like big truck with a shovel.
Mm-hmm.
Underground for some reason. I don't know how they got it in there.
That's true.
It was
But-
vibing.
And it looked in good condition too. It looked like maybe 10 years old at that point. So it was probably left in there when they closed the place. But yeah, that place
Spooky.
was.
That's a
That place
weird.
is. I've had a lot of creepy shit happen there. Cause like the first time, well, actually the second time I went in there. Cause the first time I went in there, my dad took my friend and I to explore it. Cause like we really wanted to, so he took us. But the second time I went in there was about 2 or 3 years later. Gavin and I went for the first time together. We climb in through a window that leads to the basement. This was during daylight, by the way. In like beginning of winter, 2017. We get in. We're in the basement. We decide to climb up the stairs to check out, like, where the patients lived and stuff. As we get to the third or fourth landing, we hear like this really like trying to figure out a good way to describe it because it definitely didn't sound human, but it did at the same. It was like a grown man, a grown woman, a
Mhm.
baby, and a dog growling and screaming at the same time.
Yeah.
But it only lasted like 2 seconds. So Gavin and I, we heard that, looked at each other, shook our heads, and just ran down the stairs and climbed out the window in like a 5-minute period.
Yeah, I mean, inhuman and darker spirits, like, they can mimic and emulate different voices. And depending on the
Yeah.
strength, sometimes they can, like, they pick one based on, like, what they want the person to do and what kind of bad stuff they want to do. I mean, normally it's whatever. Like, a lot of the times when you hear like child spirits and you don't know if you don't have a history of the place and you know that and if you don't know that there's like children that have died on the property, if you ever hear a child, assume that it is not a kid, it is something pretending to be a kid. That's the safest
What
way
was
to
weird about
assume.
hearing that? What was weird about hearing like the baby in
Yeah.
his voice?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even the building where the children's ward was.
Yeah.
That was where all the adult inmates were kept. But like I like to think now it was just somebody like playing a recording or something and fucking with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
there
if I'm to be
definitely was a
absolutely
few other
honest, I
people
can
in
make
there
that
'cause we hear
sound.
footsteps.
That's
But
the
I don't
sound
know
I
how
make
they would
when
be able to make that unless they edited some audio together. But
that's the sound I make when something happens. I don't remember what happens, but I can make that sound.
Like
really,
what pisses me off a lot about like
It's loud.
what pisses me off about like certain religious people, it's like they'll believe in religion but they won't believe in the paranormal. It's like
yeah,
That's and like sometimes they'll believe in like nice good spirits, but they won't believe in fucking demons. And it's like you can't have the good shit without the bad shit. That's not how stuff works.
Okay, can I actually say something that kind of reminds me of something?
Mm-hmm.
So a very good friend of mine, he's a Christian,
Yeah.
has some very, extreme beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't really talk about that often, so we don't really get into arguments.
Yeah.
But, one time we were talking about, like aliens, extraterrestrials and shit, and I was like, yeah, I believe that there's other life out there. Maybe
Yeah.
not like little green people, but there's
Definitely.
definitely other life. We can't be the only intelligent things in the universe.
Yeah.
And then my
it's
friend
so
says
big,
the
we have to be
religion-
intelligent in order to make that bar.
Yeah. But my friend, you know what he says? He says, I believe that demons are mimicking aliens.
Huh?
and like trying to
My
Of
soak.
friend
course.
said
How
that-
could I have been so foolish?
Well,
That
Yeah,
explains
my
the
friend
pyramids.
said that
well-
demons are mimicking aliens.
to be fair,
Because-
demons' goals on our mortal plane, right? It is not to
Yeah.
communicate. It is not to. It is to sow chaos among people, and
That's true.
let's say maybe not the visions of people seeing flying saucers and getting abducted, but like sometimes they'll like tell stories and it'll be like shadowy people coming around my bed, like knocking on my windows and shit, and like
Yeah.
people assume those are aliens, but those could be other stuff.
It could be, but like,
I have
when
a theory.
I'm talking about though, I'm talking about like other intelligent life out there. And my friend's like, oh nope, demons.
All of it.
So I have a theory.
Yeah.
Okay, so if demons' goals are to sow chaos and stuff around the whole world by tricking people and seeing weird things and stuff,
Mhm.
then would it be so hard to believe that this because of all of the chaos and stuff that religion has caused,
Yeah.
that it was created by a demon?
Well, see that's technically, if you want my opinion, the Christian religion could not exist without Satan.
I
Yeah.
agree. That kind of makes religion kind of silly because
And the
if
funny thing is,
everything's only
the funny thing is
Satan's.
that Satan never had to exist, because if you read the story in at least the version of the Bible I read, Lucifer, the angel, all he wanted to
It
do
was literally a guy who wanted to be equal.
Yeah, all he wanted to do was have the same amount of knowledge God did, and then God was like,
Yep.
no, and then
No.
threw him down to
Yeah.
hell. So that this whole
Yep.
spiraling, the concept of sin was not created by Satan, but God himself.
Yep.
Kind of ironic.
I kind of think that God is probably one of those like really, really touchy, power-hungry narcissists with
yeah.
no
I can see
self-esteem whatsoever.
Yeah, because he allows people like him to exist on this planet.
Yeah.
Because there's certain people that I believe don't deserve to live. That's just my opinion. I don't want to get into all that shit because I can get a little heated. But like,
Yeah.
the fact that people like that exist and a Christian God, I'm supposed to believe in a Christian God when people like that exist,
Right.
Let's not get into politics right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
aware
let's
that
not.
some of us have opposing opinions. I am not as opposed to certain opinions that you have anymore, Aiden, only because of certain things that have been going on currently and certain people's reactions to them. But I have to say that it would get a little too. I mean, it would get heated because obviously we're all pretty level-headed when it comes to stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Except Ian.
We're not like my sister or Ian.
Ian is
Fucking Ian.
Ian.
Yeah,
Ian is
I don't
Ian.
know Ian.
Ian
but
is
fucking
Ian is Ian. He is an interesting person. He talks.
Had a diss track written on him.
Yes, 3 actually. He
Oh, yeah,
had.
I remember
he
you
had,
showing me one of those.
Fuck you, Ian. Yeah.
Well, that was a freestyle I did to show him how to freestyle, and it was
Weren't you drunk too?
yes.
And speaking of Ian, actually, I found the original. I found
Oh
his handwriting.
yes, the sacred texts.
Yes, I sent them to you so you can read them.
Okay,
The
I
sacred
will.
text.
I will scroll up and read some of them. Should I read the translation that you did, or should I read the
No,
original?
don't read the translation. Just
Don't-
I
read
don't know
the
what the hell
original.
you guys are talking about.
Full
Okay.
context.
So, context. Ian has horrible, horrible, horrible handwriting. The worst I've ever seen in my life. And
I have a
he
class.
he was me and Aiden were in a class, English class, and he had to do this thing where we took other people's writings and like did translation, not the translation, but like we had to like rate their questions and answers and like write out shit. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
This,
I can explain.
So he was reading it and he was rewriting what Ian wrote, and this is what it looked like he said. All right. Delicath is triat, to saw on, I, Haru, felt, is, shern, re, hell in this essay. I to may Edward Soup, saw, the F, parentheses, horse, paragraph, and I few, this shag all miss, that alos dedica, no te essay, reset E, parentheses, snake, thin, to is, nuj, hes gods. Yes, and sa I, sun saten, I sure and sure. He kai is grawl, you're allure, and make you wan. He's loose, he slash sir. Gonna draw armor. Where is ter manara? Opus. Masu mar ir simur. Lemur. El all mori perm. Your say sum has perium as sao has ilser period ans and remur the enwi parentheses snake as hower gu men a sarume wum were twi essay Larry en fam arouds all of few mersam Asul, proud tars t shwe resurd. If say I the earth is new as strong, wa in ear fisherms, dederum. His say some amers, small is est r as proes asar s rm for a seri essay. Good arum ter recessor her consoris as meyer emmer a sare has fi dot re ar fora sajama peranto tio locus in term a few arohes mer grun the epiradorum mir araguium.
And by the way, with
are
all
you
of that
talking
analysis that Ian had on my essay, the grade he gave me was a B.
Yes, he wrote like 4 paragraphs of absolute nonsense and gave Aiden a B somehow. And this was like a so we were like writing essays and other people graded them and they added like reflections and reviews and shit. That was Ian's review. Now this is the translation, because I remember in class that day he got his paper back, looked at the review for 1 second, stood back up and walked back to the teacher's desk.
The translation doesn't have much changed because I gave up after like the first sentence and just asked Ian to read it to me and I'll write down what I'm grading him.
Dedicated is the trait I saw on Haru, felt, is, shern, re hell in this essay.
Yeah, after that it's the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. So, what I have to say...
All I got was like, dedicated is the...
I literally have a headache right now after reading that. Like, I just got a headache, for real. I'm not even kidding.
I felt like I was having a stroke while looking at that.
It's like some weird mix between Spanish and Sanskrit.
It's Latin and Scottish fused together in a horrible combination. It is beautiful.
Certain things
we should make a religion out of this.
Yeah, certain things should not be
Okay,
allowed to
don't worry.
exist. But this exists.
I was watching his videos last night.
What should the religion be called?
I
think that's what it should be called.
Praise be.
Praise be to.
And we end every service with the thing at the end.
I don't know how many.
What's the thing at the very end? What does it say? Miriam Jeffrey Epps. What?
Yeah, Epsuam. It's like
Excuse me?
Epsuiam or something.
Miriam M.
Hold on, let me read it again. Hold on. It says.
It's at the very end.
Jesus.
Mergrun Shi the Epidarium. And then it says, Merm Irargium.
Nice.
Merm Irargium.
That is how we shall end every service.
Yes, of course.
Definitely a
Wait,
good service to
guys. Wait, guys, hold on.
Yeah, it's question time. Ooh, it's time for
Is
questions.
it the thing that
If you
people on
heard
the
that
stream can't hear?
jingle, if you heard that jingle, then it's time for questions.
I did
Oh
not
Okay.
get a jingle.
boy. You can't hear it on the Discord chat, but you can hear it on the stream.
Yes,
So
I know that.
That's good.
So if you heard that and you're listening and you
Oh,
wanna
okay, I've
and you
heard
have a
it now.
question to ask me or them, I know one person does, and I don't know. I mean,
What?
if nobody has a question, we'll just skip this part because
Wait.
I thought there was a few questions posted yesterday.
Oh fuck, I'm
Sure.
retarded. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you wait, on the cult subject, a part of my family lived right next to a secluded trailer park, and the whole trailer park was part of a cult apparently. Me and my mom drove to it one time, and there was a bunch of kids outside wearing old style clothes staring at us, and it was weird.
Huh.
Wait, what is this?
Sorry, but whoever's telling these horror stories kind of sounds made up, not gonna lie. Sounds like a typical horror story. It could be real.
If
Okay.
they're talking about the shit in the asylum, I'm not making that shit up.
Yeah, there's okay. Calling out people for being fake, right? And that's understandable because you also have to make sure that the stuff is credible, right? And
Yeah.
some people's way of telling it may sound campy and weird and shit. It just depends on, I don't know, what you truly believe. I don't fucking know. I don't.
I don't
it's whatever.
expect people to believe me when I say the shit I say about that shit, but all I know is that it did happen. I was there. That's all that really matters to me.
Yes. Let's see. Snakes fear. Okay, let's do some questions first before we get into anything else. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Question from Harry. Why Chrimby look a man? Testosterone. Second question from Harry.
Okay.
Have I ever seriously considered getting a job as a mall Santa? Yes, I actually have.
Really?
You
And
should do that.
I should
You should absolutely do that.
if I wanted to.
I would sit on your
the
lap.
question is, do they make money?
I mean,
Actually, you know what? I
sometimes.
forgot about the part where I have to have kids sit on my lap.
yeah.
I'll sit on your lap. And the kids
Yeah,
can sit
Chrimby,
on my
can you-
lap. I can act as a
Chrimby, can you
buffer.
do me a favor?
Yes.
Could you ask me what I want for Christmas in a jolly voice and say ho 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 after?
All right, let's see if this works. Can you guys still hear me?
I can hear you.
A little bit, yes.
You can. Hi!
Hello.
Claus.
Hello.
Harry, what would you
Yes.
like for Christmas?
I want a fire truck. I want a skateboard. Actually, no. I want a longboard. I want a longboard. I want a fire truck. I want
Well, guess what? Guess what,
I want
bitch?
What?
Order that shit online. Santa ain't made of money.
This can't go fuck yourself.
All right, there you go. I asked you what you want.
Thank you.
Oh, we got some more
Thank you.
questions.
Oh,
Congratulations for you and not being lonely.
congratulations. I'm lonely too, but at least I'm not as lonely as Jack.
You don't know the loneliness I deal with in my life.
You don't know the loneliness that Jack feels.
Yeah, that's right.
I
I
think
think
donkeys are
donkeys
pretty
are pretty
sick.
cool.
Donkeys are
When
cool.
I watched Shrek for the first time, I really liked the character.
I think donkeys are cool. They're hard-working creatures. They should be
They are.
respected.
I mean, politically, I am a donkey, but
Stick. Me too, bro.
We saw.
They're
I
important.
like
Cool.
fire trucks.
Fire
Actually,
trucks
every
are
every
great.
time I see every time I see it,
yeah, interesting
every
fact, actually. The New
Jack,
York Rangers, they are an NHL
Jack, I
team.
started talking first,
I
Jack.
don't care, Harry. It's my turn.
I know you don't. Every time I see a fire truck,
Yeah, god damn it.
every
Anyways.
time I see a fire truck, I always say I want one.
Okay. The New
Then
York
be a
Rangers,
fireman.
a team in the National Hockey League, their goal horn for like whenever they score is actually an old New York Fire Department fire engine.
That's kind of
pretty
cool.
I can link it to you guys if you want to hear it.
Check it out later. They are.
Yes.
In fact, actually, let
If
me
there
find
was
it and
no
link it.
fire trucks, there would be no. If there wasn't any fire trucks, there wouldn't be any government.
I love snakes.
Snakes
Snakes
are
are
cool.
adorable.
My
Snakes are cute.
Gavin, he has a bunch of snakes.
On the snoop. Nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Aren't rat snakes like incredibly venomous too? What happened?
Is that because you switched the mic for the Santa impression?
Ah,
Oh no, you have to do
Shit.
it again. Because it isn't.
that ain't good. That ain't good.
I am the host now.
I can be the host.
Hello?
Too.
Oh shit, they
I
can hear
have
me again.
hijacked
I'm back. I'm
everything.
back.
Oh, yeah,
No,
they
don't
can
worry.
hear.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. We answered all the questions, and we had donkeys are cool. They're very cool things.
Fire trucks.
Yes.
Fire
trucks.
trucks are also very useful
Very
and
important.
important stuff.
Snakes.
Snakes are
Cute.
cool.
Snakes
Snakes
are
are cute.
cool. Snakes are cool and cute. And I had a rat
And
snake
Chrimby
named
looking man because
Gregorio.
of testosterone.
Yes, Chrimby looking man because of testosterone. And yeah. Now, origins of the server. I will do this one myself. So, well, actually, Harry, you can help because you were there too.
I could.
I got the name because my nickname is Chrimby, and
There was
Pod
actually a time period where I
and-
thought that Chrimby was actually your last name.
yes, he thought that Chrimby was actually my real
Chris
last
Chrimby.
name, Chris Chrimby. Anyway, though,
Chris Chrimby.
see, Chrimby is a very versatile nickname. You can put a lot of things behind it and it still sounds good. So, like, Chrimcast, so
Like you
podcast,
could start up like
and then Chrim,
you can make your own beverage called the Crim Juice.
yeah,
Oh.
or like Chrim beer,
Crim Juice.
Chrim beer. But and then
Crim Brew.
I got the logo. We looked for a bunch of websites where we could make free logos, and then we put them into Photoshop and made them transparent, and that is where we made the logos from. I did the logo that's in the intro roll, and Harry did the logo that you see down in the bottom left of the screen. And then finally, the final thing on that list is etc. And the way I got the idea to do, I've always kind of wanted to do a podcast. I guess I've had a lot of people tell me that I would be good for a talk show or like be a radio host or some shit, just because I'm good at talking, and I know I am, and it's just I could carry shit like this, and I decided to do it just because I wanted to start putting up stuff on my channel again, because me and my friend Tanner made this channel a year ago or two. That's why it's called 13 Piece Chrimby, because I'm not the only one who made it. And, we put out a few things, and we kind of stopped after a while, and I wanted to revitalize it. It's working out, I guess. These things are getting... Most of the people on my channel watch this stuff, so it's good.
Yeah.
And the last one is Putin. We said we weren't getting political, but he is pretty
I have
thick.
an opinion on Putin.
Putin's pretty thick, though. Not gonna lie.
He's pretty wide, yeah.
I'm
Just a
taller
white
than
guy.
Putin.
That's true.
Putin is short.
Isn't he only like 5-something?
I
He's
don't know, but
5'5".
he's ex-KGB, so he could probably fuck you up, though.
Oh,
Probably.
I have no doubt that he will be able to beat me up, but I
He's
am still
also-
taller than him.
how old
so
is
I have
he?
that. Putin? I
Yeah,
think
like
he's
his
yeah.
like
50s
his
now, I think.
60s.
Oh, let me
He
see
looks
this.
older than he is.
I got my Pokédex.
I'm pretty
out.
sure he's just like 55.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
67. I was
Vladimir
closer.
Putin.
Wait, he's 67?
Yeah, Vladimir Putin is 67.
No way.
Yes.
Hey,
Damn.
Chrimby, I think you skipped a question.
He no longer has a wife.
I skipped a question.
Yeah.
Maybe your wife had a mysterious accident that others could learn from.
Alright, let's see.
I think Eric Sheldon posted it.
Eric Sheldon. Is it party time?
Never.
That's the wrong one.
Is that an in-joke?
Oh wait, hold on. That's not an in-joke. I don't have it on my soundboard, but I would have to go. Hold on.
Oh shit, you don't have it?
Well, no, I have it. I have the voice box, but I'm gonna see if it actually works. Is the thing. Let's see.
I feel like if you try to do it again, the audio will cut out for you on the
It's
stream.
party time. Yeah, it's party time. Ah!
Alright. There, you got what
Nice.
you wanted.
That sounds amazing.
Hello.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
so-
wait.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear it eventually. Yeah, so I'd say, is there anything else that anybody wants to bring up or talk about? You know, I'm a pretty free-form open guy, you know, I'm ready.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
ready.
that fire engine that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I actually posted it.
Mhm.
I
will
linked it
listen to
you
that
if you want
later
to
on.
check it out. It's pretty sick.
I will do it eventually.
I will do that eventually too.
My dog is going batshit crazy right now.
Good for the dog.
Dogs. Utah!
Oh, so
Utah!
My dad's getting really pissed off.
Dogs are amazing.
what about Utah?
Utah
I
is Jack's dog.
see a question.
Oh. There is more.
There is question.
I do play Minecraft, and I'm
As do
assuming
I.
everybody. I know you do, Sheldon. I know you do, Aiden. Harry, do you play Minecraft?
Are we talking Java Edition or Bedrock?
Either.
I play both. I mean, I used to have Bedrock. I have Bedrock on my phone now, but
Yeah, I play.
Yeah.
I play both. Also, I have Bedrock on my phone, and I
I
play
started
Java
out
on my
with Java.
computer. I tried to
I
get.
started playing Java in the end of 2012.
I tried to get Bedrock
I-
on my computer and ended up wasting about $80
Oof.
Damn.
because I tried buying it on like 3 different Microsoft accounts and none of them worked because they all had parental
Shit.
controls on except for one of them.
When did you start playing Minecraft?
When
'Cause I started playing. I started playing in the end of 2012. I actually don't remember exactly when it was,
I was like
but I
7.
started playing right around when jungles were first introduced.
I started playing when I was like, I think I started playing like a year after the game came out. When did it come out? Like 2007?
Yeah,
2009
Minecraft initially
Alpha
released
came
in
out.
2009.
The alpha came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came out in Alpha
I-
in 2009, and then it would like fully
Yeah, I
release in
was
2011.
I was 7. I was 7 when I started
Yeah,
playing Minecraft.
I started in 2012
I was 11 or 12.
or
Yeah,
2013.
I was a very early dude because when my sister was 10, she was watching YouTube, and so I was 8 actually when I started playing. Sorry, my sister was watching YouTube, and she showed me these people, the Yogscast or the Yogcast.
I
whatever.
remember
Yeah,
them.
you were right. You were right. You were right the first
Yeah,
time.
and
Yogscast.
I remember them.
I watched that, and then I started playing myself after that, and then
The
I got
Vibrations.
I got into Pocket Edition when I had my iPod, and me and my friend would always use the duplication glitch, and then we'd try to make nether reactors and stuff, because you know that myth about how
I missed those.
because in Pocket
Yes,
Edition,
I remember that.
Yeah, in Pocket Edition you can't make nether portals, or at least you couldn't before.
Well,
But-
now you could.
Yeah,
But,
now
like,
you
back
can.
then.
But like back then you couldn't, and
Back then the
we would
worlds
try
were
to
like
make.
finite too, like really small.
They weren't
Yeah.
super small. They were decently.
They're
I mean,
so they feel very small now.
compared
They
to
do. I
mine,
mean, they're
compared
bigger
to
than they
now,
feel.
yeah. I mean,
But,
the Xbox, Minecraft Xbox used to be finite, but I mean, ever since Bedrock Edition came out, it's basically. I mean, now let me tell you something. Me and my girlfriend were playing, and we actually found out that the spawn rates on Bedrock for ores and like everything is so much higher than in Java Edition.
Really?
Because I played Bedrock for like an hour and found enough diamonds for a pickaxe and like half a set of armor. a pickaxe,
I
a sword, and
actually
half a set
like
of armor.
I
And
like
then
the spawn rates for ores better on Java Edition, just because it makes the game feel more.
well, yeah, because
you know,
you can, and also the odds of you getting a 3 diamond vein in Java Edition are way higher than in Bedrock Edition. Like if you find a vein of diamonds in
Yeah.
Bedrock Edition, most of the time it's going to be 4 or more.
right.
That's just from what I've known. I don't know if I'm one of the people that thinks Bedrock Edition is easier, but that's just because it's more accessible.
It is easier.
It's more accessible. Like more people play
It's
it.
definitely easier. It's cheaper too, I think.
Probably
It costs less money
it's an
than
app.
Java.
I don't think you're gonna drop $30-something on an app.
Well, I mean, it's on PC too, so.
Bedrock Edition on PC is 20.
Okay, yeah, I know that Java Edition's like $30, so.
Java Edition is 26.
26. Yeah, I remember I bought it. I bought it back in. Yeah, I bought it in 2012.
There's just like
and
a
then
higher.
before I actually bought it,
Yeah.
there's this one website called like freeminecraftaccounts.com,
Mhm.
and I would go on that website every couple of days and find like they actually had like actual accounts that presumably they stole from people, and they put like the username and password online. I used those accounts for a little while.
That's illegal.
And then,
Harry.
oh, I know, but I was like 12. I didn't know the difference. And
That's true.
and then the first server I joined, I met this Australian kid named, let me see if I can remember the username, XX Televortex XX. And we talked on Skype for a little bit, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm actually quitting Minecraft after today. Do you want my account?" I was like, "Okay." So I started using his account for about a year.
Excuse me.
And then I just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy my own account.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I mean, I just had my own account the whole time. I had to make I had to make a new one at one point.
Yeah.
First I've always been Butterbaka72 on Java Edition. Because back when I was a kid, ASF Jerome and Sky Does Minecraft were the people I watched
They called
on YouTube.
Gold Butter.
Yes, they called Gold Butter.
Oh, that
now-
was the most annoying shit in the world to me.
Oh, it was stupid.
Well, when I was like 8 and 9 years old, I mean, I still watch their stuff sometimes. Just because
Chrimby, I got a question.
it's
for
fun
you.
to watch. I mean, I have a good time watching certain things that people are like, oh, you're so annoying. It's like, it's entertaining to me.
Chrimby, I got a question for you.
What?
So do you remember that one Minecraft YouTuber called Banana Pylord?
No.
He uploaded like a whole series of Minecraft like back when, like in 2010 when Alpha was still out. He was the one who actually got me into the game.
Oh. Yeah, I mean...
And I started watching his stuff when I was like 10. And I didn't play the game for like a year after that because I was trying to save up money for it.
Mhm.
But like, I started watching that when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And it got me like fucking obsessed with the game and shit. So.
Yeah, I never got at that level. And then I played Terraria for a while also.
I fucking love Terraria.
Fun sometimes.
It's
Terraria
fun,
is
like,
better
it
with
depends
friends,
on, yeah, definitely. I mean, I tried playing on my own recently, because I had it on my phone, then I got it on Xbox, and now I have it on Steam. And, I tried to play
the Steam version is the best one.
The Steam version's the best one, but that's because that's the
Most
original.
content.
And,
yeah.
I mean, I was just playing through it, and I was like, I'd rather, like, be playing with... Because I remember, Aiden, there was one time when I went on your brother's server, or whatever, he had, like, a world, and I went on there with him, and I think you were there, I don't remember, but that was fun. Like, I had a good time on that.
I was probably there.
Yeah, I had a good time on that, because we fought, like, the Moon Lord or something. We fought a boss that was, like, hard, and that was fun. But, like,
Fight some stuff.
I mean, Minecraft's like one of those games where you can get to the point where you can do the fun shit really quickly, but Terraria takes a lot longer.
It has a slower progression, yeah.
If you're in the mood for more of a story-based progression with some creative stuff added to it, then Terraria is great. But if you're just going for building, then creative mode Minecraft is great.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even if you're going for like a casual experience, yeah, exactly. Terraria is a lot more demanding, I'd say.
You know, I've had, like, what I've noticed, too, I've had, like, some good memories in Terraria and shit, you know, but Minecraft, I actually look back on some of the shit I've done in that game, like, and, like, makes me feel really happy. Because there's this one time, this is actually recent, back in February and March of this year, a couple friends of mine, Gavin, Steven from the legal hotline who plays Dale Earnhardt, and a couple other people. Kai was there too.
Speaking
I
of
actually
which,
made my own server.
sorry to interrupt, but the legal hotline, season 2, starting
Oh yeah, that's
Tuesday.
coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah, we can.
So your ass
but,
better be there. I'm talking to you, viewer.
Well, there's only
We're all gonna be there.
There's 4
We're all
people
gonna be there.
watching, and half of them are. I'm pretty sure half of them are on the stream right now.
Yeah, we're all gonna be there.
I'm not actually.
But,
so there's more.
There's somebody out
we're
there
all gonna
that
be
we
there.
don't know who they are.
But anyway, Jack, thanks for making me lose my train of thought. Where was I?
You were talking about good memories
So,
on Minecraft.
Yes. So
Or the
back
legal
in
hotline, or one of those
February,
two things.
back in February or March of this year, I made my own server. I bought it and everything. Like
Nice.
$5 a month.
Wait, what?
And it was Gavin, Steven, the guy who plays Dale in the legal hotline, a couple
Yes.
other people, my German friend who I actually don't really talk to that much anymore, sadly, and Kai were all playing, and we decided, you know what, let's go explore a fucking cave because we found a cave recently. So we go in, just iron tools, iron armor.
That's really
We
all
wanted
you need.
diamonds. We got lost in the cave
Oh no.
for 4.5 hours. Couldn't find our way out.
Oh,
And
no.
we had commands and stuff, so we could teleport back home and stuff. We didn't want to. We wanted to find our way out.
So
But we came out there with 2 stacks of diamond, 10 stacks of coal, a bunch of iron. It was awesome.
you got
Good
100.
lord.
You got 128 diamonds from one cave.
Yeah.
That's
Holy
fucking
Or actually, no,
insane.
not wait, no, what? No, a stack and a half of diamond. That's what I meant. But
Okay, that's still a shit
because
ton.
one of us had a fortune pickaxe. So
Okay.
yes, one of us had a fortune pickaxe, fortune 2.
That
so.
makes sense.
I'm of the bad habit
Yeah,
that
we-
I don't put enchantments on anything unless it's diamond. But I should probably get
Yeah,
out of that habit.
we only did it because we didn't.
Habit.
Because that world actually we barely found any diamond. So we just did it on the iron. in
You
case
had
we did.
enough. You had enough for an enchantment table, right?
Yeah, we did. We had I think an enchantment table only takes 1.
It's 2.
So
No,
oh,
2. Takes 2 for a table.
2 for a table.
because before
and
the enchantment
wait, how
table,
did you? How
we
did you
had.
get? You need 4
No,
obsidian
what
for an
I'm
enchantment table.
I was about to
Four
say
obsidian,
before we had the enchantment table, I found 3 diamonds and made a diamond pickaxe. So I mined the obsidian. I
So you
mined
need
enough
at least
obsidian
5.
for a couple enchantment tables. Actually, we had 3 of them, and then we got enough diamonds for those, and then we made another portal and stuff.
Mhm.
And then we found more, and we got stranded in the cave. So
There you go.
Excuse me, my God.
My tactic is usually just I don't make houses. I usually either I don't commandeer villager houses either. I usually find what I did recently is I found a dungeon near the surface and I commandeered that
Right.
and made it my house. And then
what I always do, I always just dig into a mountain.
Yeah, that's what I know. I make hobbit holes. It's just simple.
Yeah, it's simple, but it also feels a lot cozier than building
Because
a house.
you can make a hobbit hole better than an actual house because me and my friend George, we did that in Pocket Edition. We had window panes and we had a farm in
Yeah.
there and we had a bunch of
I
of
actually
Oh, I
made
fucking suck at
Hobbit
building
holes are
houses.
great. I love
one
hobbit
of
holes
my
in survival.
one of my old bases from 4 or 5 servers ago that I would play on. It was called the Nexus. I had the first house I built in there was with my friend Josh. We were playing. This was back in middle school, actually, 2013. We
Yeah.
built a dirt and cobblestone house. We named it the Mart Mart, and then we built a new
named it
Mart
the
Mart.
what?
Made it the Mart Mart.
The Mart
We were
Mart.
13. Yes, and then we built another one. Made it a Netherrack or Nether brick. And then we built the final one before the server got shut down. I don't know why, they ran out of money to run it or whatever. Then we built the final one inside of a mountain, and it had a giant indoor forest and stuff. It was cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
All right. You know what, boys? I think that's a good place to wrap this one up.
Oh, damn, alright.
I don't mean to brag, but I think I'm not awful at building on Minecraft. I
Yeah,
wanted to get that out.
am
I'm not
probably
terrible at
the
it.
best builder on Minecraft.
Yeah.
You know what,
I
Chrimby?
fucking
Before we
suck
end the
at
show,
houses.
Chrimby,
Okay.
before we end the show, I got a question
Okay.
for you.
Okay, what is your question?
Microphone
You
is,
got
is
you said you had
wrong
Java
again.
Edition, right?
Yeah,
said
Java
I
and Pocket.
have both, yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking, I really want to start up a new server soon on Java. Because a couple of my other friends have Java too.
Mhm.
You be interested in joining that?
Yes, I would, because me and
I
Sa-
would
me,
get
me and
because I
Savannah
don't
have been
like-
looking for a place to
Java.
play.
Can I
Alright, give me a
join?
few days and I will get that started up.
Cool.
Shit,
Can
I
I-
want to play, but I don't have Java.
Well, then get $26, fag. Sorry.
It's
Oh,
only
no.
26.
Sorry for calling you a fag that one time.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's disrespectful to call people cigarettes.
Yeah, it is.
All right. And now on that note, that is the end of the Chrimcast. Thank you, everybody
night.
who's watching, and thank you for anybody, blah, blah, blah.